This is 7 News.
Tonight, the surprise new theory on why great white sharks have moved closer to shore. A week on from the Connecticut shooting, and the gun lobby calls for more guns.
The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
And dogged devotion, the precious pooch that has cost its owners a small fortune.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Samantha Jolly.
Good evening. Perth scientists have uncovered a new theory for the unprecedented number of shark attacks and sightings in WA. As Chantel Tui explains, they suspect that record high ocean temperatures off our coast are forcing more great white sharks into cooler waters close to shore. A 14-year-old boy has died from heat exhaustion in our state's north. He collapsed about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon during a hike with his dad 20 kilometres south of Exmouth in the Cape Range National Park. Paramedics tried to revive the boy, but he died in hospital last night. Temperatures in the area hit just over 40 degrees yesterday. The boy was visiting from Scotland. His father lives in Geraldton. A week after one of America's deadliest gun massacres, there's been another multiple shooting, with 3 people murdered before the gunman was killed by police. It comes as America's most powerful gun lobby, the National Rifle Association, said the only way to stop the shootings was more weapons, but in the right hands. A massive firefighting helicopter has been brought to WA to help protect lives and property. It will stay here until April and can dump 10 times the amount of water as current aircraft. There's just 2 shopping days left until Christmas, and retailers predict a record spending spree. Retailers say many shoppers have left their lists to the last minute. 3 Australian men have been rescued after clinging to their upturned boat for 48 hours in the Philippines. The father and son and a friend hit rough seas while on holiday. Their skipper is yet to be found. How much would you spend to save a much-loved pet? Well, a Perth family has just paid nearly $40,000 to save their dog's life, putting their hopes for a home of their own on hold. Stay with us here on 7 News. Still to come after the break, a fire at a Perth retirement home and cruel attack. Vandals strike a dying man's Christmas light display. And Kylie and Jason back together on stage. A 23-year-old Canning Vale man has been seriously injured after his ute smashed into a tree in Riverton last night. It happened just before 7:30 on Corinthian Road East. Police say the driver did a burnout before he lost control. He was taken to Royal Perth Hospital, where he is in a stable condition. A fire has caused $50,000 damage to a retirement village in Merriwa. The blaze started in the air conditioning in the roof of the kitchen at the RAAF home just before 8 this morning. The kitchen was evacuated as dozens of residents watched on.
I was worried about anyone else being in there, but it was a bit scary.
It gave you a funny feeling in the tummy, but to think that it happens here.
The fire was quickly contained. A terminally ill man is devastated after vandals attacked his Christmas lights in Melbourne. Noel Dobell says this was his last display. Kylie, Minogue and Jason Donovan have stolen the show with a live rendition of their 80s hit, Especially For You. A deafening roar greeted the pair as they reunited on stage at London's O2 Arena for a charity performance. To the crowd's delight, Jason lifted the pop princess off her feet. Kylie's apparently heading home to Australia for Christmas. Sport now with Chris Young. And Chris, what's happening with Mitchell Starc?
Sam, he's being rested for the second test, but apparently no one told him.
It was a lovely warm day and more of the same tomorrow. Then it starts to really heat up. I'll have the Christmas forecast in a moment. Our maximum for today was 26.7 degrees just after 3, following an overnight low of 15.9. The current temperature in the city is 23.2 degrees and the wind is west-southwest at 15 kilometres an hour. On the chart, there's a broad heat trough in the north of the state and a surface trough is moving inland from the west coast ahead of a weak front that brushes the southwest. Around the state, hot as usual in the top end, 36 for Kununurra and Broome, Exmouth 41, a cooler 22 down in Albany. Around the nation tomorrow, very hot in Melbourne and Adelaide, a chance of a storm in Canberra, and 28 the top for Sydney. On the water, winds southwesterly 10 to 15 knots, shifting southerly 15 to 20 knots by tomorrow evening. Seas 1.5 metres with a similar swell. Now for tomorrow's forecast, cloud clearing to a top of 28 after an overnight low of 17 degrees. And beyond that, Christmas Eve sunny and 34 the top. Then a very warm Christmas Day, 39 degrees, and sunny still and 35 for Boxing Day. Now it's time for Saturday Lotto. Good luck. That's all from the 7 News team for now. I'll have updates throughout the evening. Good night.